Welcome to Sports Jazz, Isaac, Josh. Yeah, we're back again for. Sorry, that was too loud. Yeah, Isaac and Josh back again. We're talking about Manchester United today. They are clearing out everything. Old players, they're bringing in new players, fresh legs, young players. We've seen Seko Kone is 18. We've seen Lenny Yoro, although injured, is 18. A lot of promising players. Well, once again, guys, welcome to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac and Josh, as always. Let's go, let's go, Josh. Let's go. Let's set it off with the imminent announcement of Manuel Ugarte. Some of them, some pronounce him as Ugarte, some Ugarte. Manuel Ugarte, who's set to be announced officially and unveiled as a Manchester United player in the coming few hours. I understand a medical has been done. Everything is set. Josh, in just a minute about Ugarte, because we really talked about him a few days ago.
Yeah, Manuel Ugarte is the new CDM at Manchester United, and you should know that this time we are not just putting papers over cracks. We have someone who seems to be for the long haul. If you're letting Scott McTominay go, who is 27 years old, for a 23-year-old specialist in central defensive midfield,
Yeah.
a position that has been really tricky for United for quite a long time. I mean, I think even with Michael Carrick, we didn't really have a replacement for Roy Keane, or he wasn't like for like, though Michael Carrick was good enough to do the job the way he did it. He was never really appreciated by all Man United fans because they were used to a destroyer
Roy Keane.
like Roy Keane. Yes,
Yeah,
but
correct.
now with Manuel Ugarte, I mean, it has been so long since you waited for such a player, but the player is here. The player is a United player. He will be announced as a United player later in the day. But what
Well,
an acquisition for United.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was. Oops, my laptop wants to play games on me. But yeah, there we go, guys. We have it. Yeah, Josh, you were saying, sorry. Yeah, the day it's Ugarte Day for all Manchester United fans. It's
Yeah,
Ugarte
it's
Day.
Manuel Ugarte.
It's Manuel Ugate's day. He's set to be
It's a
announced
good
and unveiled
feeling. It's a good
later
feeling. There is
today.
actually if for any Man United fan who is in Manchester or around Old Trafford, I mean they've had so many good times this transfer window, as in
Mm.
almost every other day, they are waiting for an announcement.
Yeah, but in fact, I want to say this, Josh. After this signing, Ten Hag has no excuses. Ten Hag, they are clearing out everyone. They are taking out those that have been, I don't know, maybe not doing well according to him. We have Seko Kone also, who's currently doing. I think he's done with his medical. He's at Carrington,
Yeah.
who will also be later officially announced, but not before Ugarte. That's a second a great addition in the midfield right there. I can see your midfield is very, very okay now, to be honest. I know he's still a young kid anyway, he's still a young kid. He's 18 years?
Yeah, he's 18 years old and he's from Gaidas FC in Mali. So the problem is that the acclimatization for one African player who is just 18 years old and he's never played outside of his home could be a really big factor on his progression into the first team. But
Mm.
you would like to think that if he did adapt very well, he would be a player that can easily slot in that midfield because there's still room for one more midfielder, either
Mm.
Toby Collier or Seko Kone. So it's up to the boys to pull their stocks up and prove to the manager that they're ready.
I think they're covered. I think in the midfield area, Manchester United, not 100%, but yeah, they are covered. At least it's not like they're City who have Ike Gundogan, they have Rodri, but yeah,
I
let's
mean, they just got Matias Nunes. They just got Matias Nunes last season, but Pep Guardiola thinks it's surplus to requirements now that Ilkay Gundogan is back,
Yeah, that is correct.
and
But anyway,
Matthias
either way,
Nunes is
still, Man
such a
United
good
has no.
player.
Josh, Man United has no excuses. They have no
United does not.
not United. Uh, Eric Ten Hag has no excuses. He
Give
has
me
to
your
deliver.
break.
No,
Give
for
me
real,
your
he has
break.
to deliver now. He has to
No,
deliver.
I can tell you, I've often told you here before that much as you say Eric Ten Hag has no excuses for a footballer fan who has been following for quite some time, you would know that when a manager has just stepped into a new job, it takes some time for things to tick. And for me, I believe that though
No,
Eric Ten
it's not
Hag
a
is
new
in his
job.
third season,
It's not
it's
a new
like a
job
new
for him.
job. It's a whole new job. He's been at the club for say 2 years and something and some months, but right now everything is new. The backroom stuff is new, the personnel on the pitch is new, everything around him is new. So I mean, he has new assistants, he has the new methods of playing football. So yeah, give him some time. Give him some time. But I would like to assure you that Eric Ten Hag will get it right. Just not at the pace that you hope that it happens, but he'll get it right. He's the right man for
Well,
the job.
Well, we wish you all the best. But anyway, still on Manchester United, guys, let's talk about what has been making. There's been a fuss that was created. Everyone has been talking about the Sancho and, of course, Sancho looks like Ten Hag did come out earlier, said that Sancho, they've aired out things, everything is okay, no bad blood and all that. I think he apologized. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But to me, it doesn't look that way because if you look at his bio, on all his social media accounts, there is no one pick of Manchester United, bro. No one pick. It's only BVB, which is Borussia Dortmund. There is no one pick of Manchester United in his profile at all. But anyway, the rumor, the
Yeah, but
first that is around, just hold up. The first that is around is Sterling to United and Sancho to and Sancho to Chelsea, which is a direct, which could be a direct swap, which I think it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why Man United needs Sterling. I'm going to give my reasons. But maybe he could come in for because at times Rashford doesn't give out what's expected of him, and also if you look on the other side, Juventus are very serious about Jadon Sancho. They offered around 7 to 8 million euros, of course, as a part of a loan deal, and they're willing to pay part of his salary or wages. I mean, tell me what you think. The whole fuss, is it the right move for Sancho to leave the club?
yeah, definitely it is because Jadon Sancho has demonstrated more often than not that
Mm,
he's a poorly behaved child. He's a bad mannered child. He
yeah.
does things that he thinks that he will get away with, and if it does not go his way, he cries foul. For instance, the thing that he did last season when he came out and uh, clapped back at the manager for the comments that he had made, which were just in his estimation as the manager of a football club. You set the standards of how the players should train. It's not Jadon Sancho who sets the standard for himself to train. So if a manager does say that you were not at it during training, that should just motivate you to do better. It
Well, it
should
looks like
motivate you to be a better player or train harder or ask yourself, ask the manager in his office what he thinks you are not doing right, because you're actually looking at improving yourself. But in this incident, Jadon Sancho did not do that. Jadon Sancho came out and cried foul,
yeah.
which was not good.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. But I mean, I still think it's not a great idea. I still think it's not a great idea for him. Rather, I still think it's not a good idea for Sterling to join. Josh, I want to know reason being.
Again.
Josh, Josh, reason
Bridget,
being, reason, There we go, guys. We have a few issues with Josh. Is going to be back. I myself, I don't think Jordan Sancho really adds anything to. Maybe he does, but not really a lot. Because if you compare Sancho, I mean, if he comes, then you have Sancho, you have Rashford, you have Ganacho, and if you're to look at who's created the most chances, if you're to look at who's created the most chances, then you have Ganacho. I think he beats them hands down. Uh, Sterling was the third. Josh, you're back. I think Sterling was the third person to score more goals last season in Chelsea. Josh, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, as I was saying, the
Yes.
Sancho deal doesn't make sense to me to join
For
Man
me,
United.
no. What makes sense is for Sancho to leave, and if there is an opportunity for him to get out of the door, then you take the opportunity. The only hindrance to the whole swap deal is Sterling is 29 years old, and he comes with rumored 325,000 weekly wage,
Wages, yeah.
which is a bit difficult to do the deal. But Jadon Sancho is on relatively the same amount of money, and Jadon Sancho is not a player that we shall use. Is not the player who is going to contribute to this new look of Manchester United. So if you can get him out of the door on in a swap deal for Raheem Sterling, that would be a steal. That would be another steal by Ineos, because Raheem Sterling is such a player, and he is experienced. He can arguably even be the best winger after Ganacho at United if he walks through the door. I don't think
Mm.
that Rashford starts ahead of Sterling. Sterling has never been questioned with his attitude towards training, commitment. They've never been in question. For Jadon Sancho, they're in question. But I wonder how why Enzo Maresca would want to have such a player in his locker room
And
when
why
the
are they
player
even
is
still buying
there before.
players? It
Do
doesn't
you
make sense.
understand? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the ones who were bought before were not for Maresca, and the manager came in and he saw the players and he said, maybe I need two more. But that lot there's none of them that can come in.
Because I mean, as I was
So for
saying
me,
earlier,
I think it would be a good signing for Man United to have Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling ahead of Rashford. Raheem Sterling still managed to get double figures last season for Chelsea, and
mm,
that Chelsea was underwhelming. Everyone was not at it. They performed badly, but Raheem Sterling managed to get those figures. Raheem Sterling has won the Premier League title with Man City on more
Josh,
than
Josh, if you say that, unless Raheem Sterling is coming, because I mean, he still comes with a baggage, or rather, burden of the what of the wages. But if you say
yes.
that, I don't see
But
him. To me, honestly, I
yeah,
do think Ghana should start. Even if Sterling joins, he should start ahead of them both. When it comes to chances created, he beats them. Goals scored, Raheem Sterling is only ahead of one, rather with one
yes,
goal.
in a bad
When
season, and
in a
Ganacho
bad
Ganacho almost had a season of his life last time out.
no. See, see, they have. It's not fair to say that.
maybe
See,
you
they
can
have the same.
maybe you can
Uh,
say he's still
they have four
developing.
assists, and by the way, the only worrying thing is if he comes, if they are to follow stats, then it will be Rashford being benched because Rashford, I know he had a good season the other last time, but this other recent season that just ended, he performed. He had only two assists. He didn't perform so well. He had, I
Yeah.
think, 7 goals. Each chances created, he was around. He created 25 goals. Garnacho 46, and if you look at Sterling with 30 chances created, again, as I said, with the goals, Sterling 4 goals, Rashford 2, Garnacho 4. It doesn't really add up with if even minutes scored per goal. Still, you
Look
see
here,
that.
look here,
Yeah,
Isaac. Look at it this way: you
help
have
me understand,
Jadon
Josh.
Sancho at Man. Yes, you have Jadon Sancho at Man United.
Yeah,
He's fallen down the pecking order, and
yeah,
his
correct.
attitude has not improved. despite the things that he has said. So that
Mm.
means that he might not really get into the team. So he's not
That
going to
I
help
agree.
Man United this season,
Mm.
but he will still continue to be paid the high wages that he's on. Okay.
I
Now,
agree. No, I'm not
uh,
saying he should stay.
yes.
Honestly, he shouldn't
Okay.
stay
No, 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 no.
because
Now
you see
look
what
at this.
happened
Now
with
look at
Lingard.
this.
You're going to
Now
have
look
people
at
that are
this.
leaking information to
Okay,
the
look at
press.
this. Look at
Yeah.
this. Yeah, look at this. Then you have a player in Raheem Sterling. Yeah,
Okay.
who has been who is an outcast at Chelsea right now. Enzo Maresca no longer needs the player.
Oh,
He
he
has
made it
actually
clear even
spoken.
yesterday.
Yeah, he has made it very clear to the player that you can move on because you won't have minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
but Raheem Sterling is still quite a player, and he's on almost the same wages that Jadon Sancho is on. Why
Hmm.
not bring Raheem Sterling to United in that swap deal, which is actually beneficial to both sides because no money is involved. Okay, but for United, we now have a player who is going to contribute to the squad that we have. You see, so it would be a perfect swap for us for now. We're not paying any money. Jadon Sancho walks to Chelsea, and Raheem Sterling comes to Man United, and maybe he can give us a few games. And an
See,
informed Raheem Sterling is unplayable. He's direct. He's
and there's also
powerful. He's
this, Josh. There's this also. You could take the money that Juventus. By the way, Raheem Sterling, I've been checking out the news. It looks like he prefers staying in London.
London.
Or
Oh,
yeah, joins the
good
Blues.
for
But see,
him.
there's also
Good
this.
for him.
See,
We
there's also
never.
this. Why doesn't United take the money coming from Juventus? I mean, it's a
No,
loan deal,
we shall
and there's
take the
also
money.
the option to buy. Then
An
they get
obligation.
someone
We don't
maybe
want
a
an
bit
option. We want
younger.
an obligation.
Yeah, an obligation, of course, would be much better. But
Yeah.
why wouldn't they take the money if Juventus
No,
is
they
really
will
really
take the
interested?
money. They will take the money. We just don't want to be a bit short on personnel, because if you take Jadon Sancho out and it's 2 days to the end of the window, you might not be able to replace him, especially
Mm,
that wing forwards or forwards in general are quite expensive. So this was a good deal if Sterling was willing to come to United and Jadon Sancho was willing to be taken by Chelsea,
with
it
the
would have
wages
worked for us.
reduced. Yeah,
Be- no, even if the wages were not reduced for Raheem Sterling, because Jadon Sancho, even if he remains at Man United, we shall still pay his wages, but he won't contribute to the squad. There will be no day that you will count on Jadon Sancho. Let him go to Juventus. We get our money.
in the
Yeah,
same
we get
spirit.
our
By the
money,
way,
because the
in the
longer we
same,
keep him,
yeah,
the longer his stock falls,
yeah, that
because
is
he's not
also
going to
true.
be playing football.
Right now, United
Yes.
wants an amount close to 40 million pounds. But I do not think there's any club that
Yo,
can give them that amount of
yo,
money
we
for
were robbed.
Sterling.
We were robbed by Borussia Dortmund when we paid over 72 million for
Well, you have Ole
Jadon
to thank
Sancho,
for that.
but that's on us.
You
Ole,
have Ole,
no,
you have
no, no,
Woodward,
no, no.
you have very many to thank for.
Woodward and his Woodward and his boys, but that's not on Borussia Dortmund. That's on Manchester United. We were poor.
We see Abebe saying United now. I want a Rafinha, Robertson. I think he meant maybe Robertson, but it's Robertson
Oh my
and
God. Yeah,
Guterres.
I like
Gutierrez. Is he speaking
Guterres,
for the Spanish footballer Miguel,
the left back.
the
I
left
think he's
back?
talking about good. Yeah, excuse me. Guterres is a left back. I kind of like him, but we've missed out on a very decent full back. I
Mm.
thought that United would go in for Kadioglu, but it looks like Kadioglu has gone
Oh,
to Brighton.
as
That
mixing Guterres
Turkish
with someone
fullback.
else. Yeah, he's the one who plays for Atletico Madrid, the left back. He's good. He's book, and he's good, and he's still young, by the way. 23
Yeah,
years
yeah,
old.
yeah. He's young. Yeah, and he looks surplus to requirements with Lino and Molina
Yeah,
being frequently played by um, um, Diego Simeone.
Nick, of course, Nick is in the building. He says, "Hey, I like the swap." And about being robbed, he
Yeah.
says, "See, about being robbed, he says you should make a report."
Yeah, we did. We did make a police report to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and he he organized the house, and Ineos is now doing things way much better. So, Nick,
Yeah.
the report was filed
So, Josh, okay. Assuming Sterling comes in, you'd bench Rashford in a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat, in a
Yet a
heartbeat,
while
because
ago, a few days ago, I was telling you to bench Rashford for Garnacho, and you're saying otherwise.
no, 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 no. I was only, you see, Ganacho is my brightest player forward.
Mm,
You, you know, I have, I'm even scared for how United will be able to compete for top four. By top four, I mean 1 to 4. You know, not
yeah.
just four. Yeah, I don't know how United will be able to compete for top four with the a front three of Amad Diallo, Madialo, Ganacho, and Zaxi or Hoyland. You know, it's a bit scary because they're all developing. Amad Diallo
Okay.
is developing, Ganacho is developing, Hoyland is developing. It's Zaxi who might be ready, but he's not a 20 goal scorer as we've seen in his
Well, they are
experience.
developing, but every time Garnacho comes on, he shows you what he can do. Guys,
Yeah,
whoever is
but if you
streaming,
can
please come
come
in the
on,
comment section and say
yeah, but
something. Every time
yeah,
he
but
comes on,
if you're coming
he
if
makes
you're
an
coming on,
impact.
it does make an impact. And I was just telling you, he's my brightest player. So what I want to do with Ganacho is handle him very well so he does not burn out when I need him the most. I know Ganacho must start. I know Ganacho should be leading, uh, should be starting ahead of Rashford. Actually, that one
Yeah.
is a given. But because of the burnout, I fear that there will come a time that I need Ganacho, but I have Rashford and I can't do anything about it. So right now, if we can prevent to lose games with Rashford
J-
playing and
No,
is
Josh, I still think
is
he will.
giving
You
us,
see, those are
but
some of
it's
the
time. It's
mistakes.
time.
See,
I
listen,
had
those are
counted.
some
I
of
had
the
counted
mistakes.
3 games.
Those are some of the mistakes that Ten Hag is doing. You have players ready. You've cashed in a
They
lot
are
of
not
money
ready.
to bring on Joshua Zakzi.
It's
Hold
you,
up,
the
to
fans,
bring
who
on Joshua
believes that
Zakzi,
they are ready.
and you're still not playing him. Every time he comes on, he scores a goal. However much this other goal was scored, rather was cancelled, but he shows you he's thirsty and he wants to start, and you still play Bruno in a false nine.
No, he
You
will.
know,
He
so
will
I still
start him
insist
because
Ganacha
he
should
will
start
start
ahead
him.
of
He will start him.
Rashford.
But what I want to tell you though is, you should know that there's a process.
Okay.
You must accept that the process is there. You know, imagine that Eric Ten Hag throws in Zagzi at the deep end and he's not ready. He's not fit, he's not fresh, he's not. After one game, you're going to say, what a player we bought. What is this? You understand? But when you get the player ready, give him a few minutes, then there's we fans, football fans, we don't want to accept that players must acclimatize to their environment before they can even give you 100% of their abilities. Not every player is like Bruno Fernandes,
Well,
so it will take some time. But for me, I had counted about 3 games into the season for the rest of the players to catch up, and it's three games into the season
okay.
with the
So,
Community Shield and the 2 first games. So Ganacho should be starting this game. But it's
but okay.
only because of the process. I know it is easy to say that, no, it is because we lost to Fulham. That's why now he has dropped Rashford. No, he had to follow that process for a while for
No,
Ganacho to be able to start games.
no, I think he also. Yes, okay, yeah, maybe you could be right. I don't know, but I've realized this season, Man United is
Yes.
concentrating more on pressing high. You know, that high
The
press.
reason we have Mason
You
Mount in
know,
the team, you know.
okay, that's where I was coming. That's where I was coming. But what is he doing? Maybe off the ball, he's been okay. He's been okay, but bro, he's not sharp. If I may say
Yeah.
that, he's not sharp,
Yeah, it's
and I
unfortunate
think
that
it's a
it's
gamble every
unfortunate.
time he starts.
It's unfortunate, but the depth we have in Mason Mount is not as good as, say, Bernardo Silva, who is equally good with the ball at his feet. The moment you see Mason Mount on the pitch, you know exactly what you're going to get. We've been much better in the way we approach the game, in the press, in the phases, but it's just not working. So I don't think Mason Mount is starting again.
Well, I hope he doesn't start again.
No,
He's a
the
problem.
manager has to find a way to switch his
How much
tactics
did they pay
because
for him?
Zaki,
62, 67 million pounds.
we were
I
robbed
don't.
again.
Yeah, yeah, I don't even. Well, Nick said he should report to the police. I don't understand those. I mean that I did not understand that transfer too. Not at all.
Neither did I, but at the time I did
Mm.
understand that the manager was also thinking about playing two advanced eights, and in those two advanced eights, they would both be very aggressive in the press. But Mason Mount unfortunately did not kick a ball.
Well,
I didn't have a problem with Mason Mount coming to Man United. I just had a problem with how much we paid for him, because
mm.
at those wages for English players, their own media finds a way to kick them down.
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
mean, I
do. They
also
do. They do. They don't
which
give them a chance.
we will come back with the review. I mean, we are going to come back with a review between the game that is going to happen on Saturday, on Sunday, and I really want to see your lineup. I want to know whether whether you think
Yeah.
Ugarte is going to start, whether he's going to use two players in a pivot, whether he's going to use
I would
again
rather.
one and put two ahead of him, two eights. I can't wait. Let's wait for
Yeah.
the review
Let's not
and
start
see.
cheating.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not. Josh, also going to Ericsson. There's been interest. Ajax being interested in Ericsson with 5 million euros, and Lindelof. There was it Fenerbahce in Turkey where Mourinho is. There was
Yes.
rumors that I mean they were interested. Unfortunately,
Excuse
he
me.
got injured, and it looks like his injury is a serious one. You think? Do you think these players are going to leave?
For Eriksen, Eriksen was always a stopgap measure at United. He just helped us steady the ship at the time the manager came in, and we couldn't find solutions for new players. And there was this player that he knew. He had ever worked with him, so he kind of had a relationship with him. So it was easy for him to be integrated in his
Yeah,
style of football, and it worked out. It worked out.
Josh.
Eriksen, yes,
Sorry, when you talk about players that he knows, I think Eric Ten Hag is about to have 11. So far, he has had 11 players that he's managed before. When I say 11,
that's a good.
I
That's a good
include
thing.
Amrabat, I include Vegos. He's bringing the
That's a
whole
good
team.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
please
a
carry
good
on,
thing,
Josh.
and you can see that stopgap measure worked for United in the first season of Eric Ten Hag. He
Mm.
had no solutions, but he found a solution in Eriksen. He steadied the ship for a bit, but it's time for him to move on. And if United can get 5 million, £5 million for him,
Or
and he
Euros.
returns to Ajax,
Mm.
or 5 million euros for him, and he returns to Ajax, that would be amazing. It would be good
That would be amazing.
business for United.
Yeah.
But that leaves us short. That leaves us short with Eriksen again. With Eriksen gone, I don't see why Scott McTominay should leave.
With Eric, well, yeah, I think right now it's even unfair to talk about
Yeah.
Scott McTominay, who's currently having his medical at in Italy. In Italy,
Is
he's soon to be
is just
unveiled
yet to
as
be
Napoli. Yeah,
a
as a Napoli
Napoli
player. I
player.
saw a clip of him. I saw a clip of fans, coming through, trying to push through. Uh, but yeah, I think the
To get
transfer
an
season.
autograph of McTominay.
Yeah, this has been the best transfer season for Man United in a while.
Yeah,
You know,
in a long
in a
time,
long
because
time.
even actually you can say since Ferguson left, because
Mm.
there was a colorful transfer window for Man United under Louis van Gaal. But when you looked closely at the players that we bought, we were just buying shining toys, but they didn't look like the players that would suit the manager's style of football, because most of them didn't have legs. I don't know who advised United at the time to buy Morgan Shenandoah. I mean, Morgan Schneiderlin and Louis Van Gaal
Ah,
asked
the
for
Everton
Ilkay
play,
Gundogan.
rather the one who later
Yes,
left and went to did
yes,
he go back to
yes.
Everton?
Yes,
I
he
remember
was at
him.
Southampton when we bought him, but then he went
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everton. But
Everton.
at the
Yeah.
time, Louis Van Gaal asked for Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay
Mm.
Gundogan was in Germany. He had gotten an injury, but he was coming out of the injury in January. And this is a player that Louis Van
Oh,
Gaal had
he's good.
looked at, and he wanted
He's
him
so
to
good. He's
come and
so
play.
good
But
that
guess what? Guess
when
what?
Barcelona
The
dropped the
hierarchy
job,
at United.
Pep scooped him.
They
Yeah.
the hierarchy at United at the time thought that Morgan Schneiderlin, because he was sort of the best player in the Premier League the previous season, playing for Southampton, that he would work for United. And then the other option to make the manager feel a
Ah,
little
man,
bit better,
you had some very,
they
you had
bought for
some
him
very
Bastian Schweinsteiger at 31 years old. I mean, he didn't have the
burnt
legs
out
to
already.
play that patient
You really
football.
made some.
But
I liked when Donny came in. Honestly, I really liked the player. I liked him, but I don't know
who,
why
Van
it
de Beek?
refused to work out. Yeah, Van de Beek. I
Yeah,
don't know why it refused to
because
work out.
I
I
think
mean, how many
because he
managers did
got
he play
injured.
for? He played for Van
Two,
Gaal.
Solskjaer. No, no,
Ah,
no.
no, Solskjaer.
Johnny
No,
Van
no.
de
Sorry,
Beek,
sorry. Solskjaer.
Solskjaer,
Yeah, and
and Ten Hag.
Eric Ten Hag. I thought
Yeah,
when Ten Hag
but
was
the
coming, he was going to do well, but
yes,
and he was sold
the
cheaply.
injuries
But
carried
it's
on.
good.
No, the injuries carried on. He was unreliable. He could not be the simplest thing a manager can ask of a footballer is to be fit, to be available.
Yeah, well, Ole Agency says I think Ericsson has done his job at United and it's time to go. 100% I agree. Nick also
Yeah, I
says
agree
yes,
with him.
agreed. Josh, before we move on, again looking at Man United sale, the sales this transfer window. I think this is the second best sale ever since 2015 2016, where they had, I mean, sold players and they had money. They got returns of 84 million pounds. 17 they got 40, 16 17 season they got 40 million pounds. 1920 they came a bit up, 69 million pounds. 23 last season, 23 24 they had 49 million pounds, and this season so far it's 80.4 million pounds. I mean, that's fair, that's good, because this whole
Yeah,
season
that's very good.
they've spent approximately 160 million pounds. So if you talk of the 80,
60,
I mean,
160. Oh, yeah, plus Ugarte. Yeah.
approximately, yeah, plus Bugatti. So and there's still a chance that Ericsson might be sold, Lindelof might be sold. There's still that chance too. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
with
not so bad.
yeah. It's not so bad with Lindelof. The injury kind of made things difficult for him to be moved on. But we would rather have sold him and not let him go on a free transfer. But
Mm,
with especially that he has 1 year remaining on his contract.
mm.
Yeah, but
Well,
if we can
they're
get a
offering you.
solution for him, we can let him go easily.
There's still time. Anything can come through for these
Yeah.
remaining days. Although I still think you've done great business. You've brought in players early. You've brought in Zakzi. You've brought in Lenny Euro. You've bought, and I hope Lenny Euro comes out of the injury after 3 months, as it's said, and
Yo,
kicks off.
yo,
Uh, you have Malasia coming back from
yo,
very soon, coming back
yo.
on the grass. I hope it looks like a new signing. The way you see Timber is delivering for Arsenal. You have
No, he
Luke
will
Shaw.
be. He will be.
Ah,
You imagine,
if there's a
imagine,
player Manchester
Lenny.
if there's a player Manchester United needs to sell, is Luke Shaw. I'm sorry. I think he's
Who
also
is
done
going
his
to buy
bit.
him? Who is
Bro,
going to
he's
buy him?
injury prone. He can't play 7 games week in, week
Yeah.
out. He cannot,
No, it's
you
time.
know.
It's time up for him, and Tyrell Malasia is going to come back, and he will compete with Dallo for that spot, or with Mazraoui for that spot.
Oh,
But
Mazarawi, fantastic.
Luke Shaw is
Plays
out of
both.
this.
Mm,
United has made good sales, quite some good money from sales, because United was not used to selling players. You should know that Jose Mourinho's one of Jose Mourinho's biggest undoings at United, especially in that window when they were in the USA and they had a bust up. It was because of the outgoings, not even the incomings.
Mm,
Mourinho hoped, he had a season at United. It was his second season. So the second season, the manager knows exactly what he needs and what he does not need. So in Mourinho's words, he says there is no reason of buying new furniture when you still have old furniture in the house. So he
mm.
just needed to clear out the old furniture, and the hierarchy at United at the time could not do it. They could not move on players. So it frustrated him. Then he couldn't get in the players that he wanted to get in. And
Yeah.
in the end, it became a bit difficult.
Oh, Mourinho?
Yeah, Jose
Who,
Mourinho,
who
one of the
brought in
best
Lukaku?
managers in the
Who
world.
brought in Lukaku?
He brought him Lukaku. He bought
Pogba.
Lukaku.
Okay, Pogba.
Yeah,
But by the Pogba was a good buy, but expensive. But yeah, he did whatever he did. I mean,
yeah,
but Lukaku, I think United were also robbed on that.
yeah.
And
But you
you've
see, Lukaku, even in that season, he was United's top scorer with 16
correct.
goals or 16 or 17 goals. I mean, he delivered the goods. Though it was not just good enough, but he did deliver. He did score for the manager.
You've had Hannibal also join Birmingham. Sorry, not Birmingham, Burnley.
Burnley, yeah,
Loan, but with an obligation to buy 9 million
good for him.
pounds. That's also good. Yeah, let him go that side, get some game time. Uh, I'm looking at your recent business where you had 300. Man United had spent 301 million euros on Donny van de Beek, Pogba. You have Wan Bissaka. You have Fred. You have Varane. And recently, you just sold, of all those players that I've talked about, United sold them for 29 million euros.
Wow.
Again, you have Ole to thank.
And the
You have
29
more to
million
thank,
euros,
Mourinho.
it's
You
one
have Woodward.
Bissaka. No, 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 no. I
Yeah,
do
it's Wan
not blame
Bissaka. See,
one Bissaka with most of it.
yeah, correct.
But
Pogba,
the thing
you
though,
saw how it went. Varane.
no, the thing though is, I do believe that not the managers at United had the problem at the time. It was beyond them because if I'm a manager and the scouting team and all the people responsible have come up with names to be signed, I mean, it's up to the club to get the right valuation.
Mm.
I'm not the one. Yeah, I'm not the one going to make them buy these players. So imagine you blame Eric Ten Hag for Anthony being signed at 80 million. How does Ten Hag have anything to do with the valuation
No,
of the player?
no. For that, we understand he wanted the player, but it's only sad that
Yeah, no,
they
no, no,
brought in
no.
the player. So actually, they could have got
All
him
the
for 40 million, 35, 40
40,
million
yeah,
pounds.
40. There was a
But
time
the
they could
hierarchy
have gotten him for
took
40.
so long, and by the time they went back to Ajax also had to get someone real quick to replace. And
Imagine we waited for the last day of the window to actually sign Anthony. Then it became very difficult that Van der Sar was negotiating and saying that if we are losing this player, you're going to have to pay premium because we're not going to be able to go back in the market and get a player like him.
I know. Well,
So it's
you've
never the
done good
manager's
business.
fault. It's never the manager's fault. I do
But
believe that.
this Ineos has done this window. Honest, I think United. We are going to come back and rate the top six clubs who has done good. Those that have done the business really well. But I still United is up there.
Yo, yo, yo.
You stole Tito Martin, very good
there's no
player. Oh my
chance.
God, I hope that
There's no
player turns out
chance.
good.
Sorry, there's no. I don't know why you're even giving other people a chance to rate them because the moment you mention Ineos transfer window 24-25, I mean it's just closed.
Yeah, it's close.
There's
It's
no,
close. It's
as in who is second. We are one, two, three,
Oh,
four, five,
Josh, no,
six.
no, Josh.
Yeah.
There's Aston Villa that have done well.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
in
good.
this transfer window, Aston Villa, West Ham. I
Yeah,
also
but
think they've done very well.
I
But
know,
in terms
but
of buying
that's
quality
at their
players,
level. That's at their
yeah,
level. Yes. Aston Villa has done well at their level. West Ham has done well at their level. But United, has signed very elite players, so you can't compare the same.
And the business
But
has
it's
been
good
good.
business nonetheless. Yeah, it's good
Yeah,
business.
and the age bracket is also you're not
Yeah,
buying
and
him.
we bought for the team now. Yeah,
Mm,
and then we bought for 3 seasons up front, like Seko Kone, Lusale, Chido Obi Martin. These are players. If they make it, they can actually play in 3 years from now. If it doesn't work out for any of them or all of them, then they could be sold for quite some money.
yeah, then you don't have some money.
Yeah, we can sell them
But
for some money if it doesn't work out or
yeah,
they play in 3 years time.
there are rumors that Dortmund could be back in for Sancho. I've seen it somewhere. I don't know how true that is. And
Dortmund
if
doesn't have money.
yeah, Dortmund. Now, I mean, they might come back with a loan deal. I mean,
They
if it's a
either
loan
don't have
deal,
money or they don't want to spend it buying Sancho. They want to use him for free. We should even stop them from getting him on loan. We want him gone. Unless they're paying his wages, we have to benefit somehow. But Dortmund just wants to use the guy while he belongs to someone else, and someone else is taking care of his a big big wage bill. It's like they're throwing it in our faces that yo, this kid wanted huge wages. We couldn't afford them. We sold them to you. So he's getting the wages, but give him give him back to us to play.
yeah. But I really
He
think he
should
needs
go
to
to
leave.
Juventus.
I don't know who you're
I
going to
hope
replace him with, but he really needs to leave Man United. He's bad.
that's why
I'm
that's
telling you,
why
you're
the
going to
squad
have. I talked about Lindegaard earlier. You remember they had someone who
Lindelof,
was leaking. No, Lingard. See, I'm
Lingard.
calling him Lindegaard. Sorry, Lingard. Sorry, our viewers.
Yeah,
Lingard. We
yeah,
talked
because
about.
maybe we had also a
We talked.
keeper called Lindegard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you see why I want Sancho gone. It's because you're going
Yes.
to have information being leaked, to the press. You remember the Lindgard issue. At some point,
Yeah.
Ole came out and said, "We know what the problem, or rather, who has been leaking information to the press." And it later turned out to be everyone was reporting after he left that it was Lindgard. So if you have such energy,
No
such a
wonder
player
Lingard. No wonder
who
Lingard
doesn't even
opted to
love the
go and play in
badge that
South Korea.
much, you know, see, if you have a player like Sancho who even doesn't respect the badge, he doesn't have any peak of him currently, in of Manchester United, of the badge, of the T-shirt, anything in any of these social media accounts, then,
No, he
or rather
should
on
leave.
any of his social media accounts, then he should
No,
leave.
he should leave. He should leave.
He
Jadon
should leave.
Sancho. I can't even thank him for having played football at United because he didn't. Oh, I can thank him for making sitting down Milner.
Mm.
Yeah, in that Liverpool game at the 2-1, Eric Ten Hag's first season, he sat
I
down
remember, I
Milner.
remember, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
I
That
can
was
thank him for
beautiful,
that. Yeah, it was beautiful. We shall remember you for that.
Josh. And uh, we didn't plan to talk on this player, but Anthony, should he be benched? Ahmad
Anthony
Diallo is
Dos
pulling up so
Santos.
fast. Ahmad
No,
Diallo is
but
pulling. I know
I do believe
He
I
had issues
believe
last
that
season,
yes,
the
but
rape
the
case
issues
and
are
all
out
that.
of the window. Yeah, the
Mm,
issues are out of the window, and he has a free head now. I think that he's in a good space. He should be able to clear his head and fight for his spot. Because if you see that your spot has gone to Amad Diallo when you bought
I
80
know.
million euros,
It's
80
quite
million
shaming and
pounds euros,
alarming.
yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
a shaming. So what I know about the player that he has heart, you know, he has heart. He's committed. He's determined, but it also doesn't help if you're determined and committed at doing rubbish.
Well, at least he scored. You
He
remember
just
that
has,
first goal, his first game. He's on his debut against Arsenal.
yeah, 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 yeah. He scored some. His only goal last season led us to win a trophy.
Yeah, by the way, he
Yeah,
has one goal
yeah.
for
The
last season.
only
Oh
goal
my
he
god,
scored last season.
that
But
is
I
very
think
poor.
there was a point last season. I think his best game was the Chelsea game. his best game in a United shirt.
Okay.
The
Well, last
Chelsea
season.
game, the one that left me crying the whole night when Cole Palmer scored that stupid goal in the
Oh,
last minute. Yeah,
I,
I mean, we had won the game like easily. But in that game, he showed me a bit of what he can do. And he has to fight for his place this season because Amad
oh yeah,
Diallo is
he's stepping
electric.
up.
Yeah, he has stepped up. He has stepped up.
And it's a shaming if players like Anthony, players like I don't think he was part of the Copa America. Players like
No, no, he wasn't.
Rashford, who did not play in the Euros, case study Anthony Copa America, come back, start playing, and they're playing rubbish. I mean, we
I
expect
know.
such players to kick off right away because they've rested enough. That's why you had Ganacho playing in the Copa America. Comes back, he's firing right away. And you
I
have
know.
players like Rashford, very high wages. You come on, you're sulking, you don't play so good. A kid comes from Copa America, gets a few days off, or rather, yeah, a few weeks off, 2 weeks, comes back and he's playing so good. He's winning, he's scoring goals, he's creating. On his first
I
game,
know.
when he came on for Fulham, it was an assist. This other game, you saw the goal that was disallowed, but you could see the energy when he stepped on the pitch, to play. So again, Rashford, Mason Mount, Sancho, uh, Anthony. Let's wait this season and see. I don't want to. I don't want to be unfair to him. Let's wait this season and see. But if he's also doing those funny things, then he should leave. Because I understand he said he wanted to stay and fight for his position.
Yeah, which is a
Uh,
good thing. Which is a good thing for a player to say, because right now it's not his sport. Amad Diallo
mm,
has come and scooped it right under him, and for all that he wants to achieve at United or in his career, he has to step up and correct the wrongs. He has to put in extra work and become the player that we hoped that we had bought, because he has talent. He has talent. It's just that he's been missing for so long.
there's also a player who's in who he's I think he was sold to Benfica this season. Alvaro. I thought Alvaro was going to light it up, to be honest. I thought he was going
Alvaro,
to be one. Yeah, I thought he was going to be one of those players who, but I mean, 3 seasons or 2 seasons, then he
Alvaro,
sold off.
Alvaro, Alvaro.
Yeah. Alvaro, is it Alvaro?
Oh,
I'm forgetting
Fernandez.
the other. Yeah, Fernandez, Alvaro
Oh,
Fernandez.
Alvaro
No, he's
Fernandez,
in. No, no, he's not in Benfica. He's
the
not in.
left
That
back.
is, yeah, the left back. That is Alvaro. Is it Carreras, the one that I was talking about, the one that
Mm.
I thought was? But he also moved.
Gutierrez.
No, but yeah, he's the one in Benfica anyway. I think he's the one.
Yeah, he's in Benfica.
I
Yeah.
thought he was going to come through very good. I thought he was going to play. I mean, turn out to be a good player. But every time he was given the minutes, every time he was given minutes, especially in preseason, I mean the last seasons, he never came through. He didn't turn up so good. And you have players that have been doing so good. Well, Josh, anyway, that is it for you today, guys, about Manchester United. Let's wait for the weekend. We are going to come back tomorrow with a preview at Liverpool, Manchester United versus Liverpool preview. Your preferred lineups, guys, please do not. You're worried already.
No, I'm not worried. That I just want to stay here until the game starts. I'm that excited because
Well,
we're
they
Man
got a
United.
very good player, underrated player. I mean, the sign to me, I call it. It could be one of those. Of course, I have my best signings. Again, we are going to come underrated signings. So far, I put Mazarawi in. I put Federico Chiesa in. That signing is superb. That signing is really superb.
Yeah.
Although
Or
he's
Federico
going to
Chiesa. I mean,
he's
if
going to
only they
have to
can.
fight for minutes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But he can manage to do so because he's such a guy. He's such a guy.
He's going to have to fight for minutes. Yeah, the Champions League draws are in 2 hours. I see Nick asking if we are going to do them. Are you guys watching the Champions League? Yeah, we are going to be watching. I don't know whether we should stream come, but Man United is not.
No, 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 no. Maybe the Europa League finals
I
draws.
see. I see. Adiel is asking about McGahey. McGahey, Newcastle is ready to walk away. Newcastle is ready to walk away because Crystal Palace are holding up for 70 to 75 million pounds. Uh, Axel Disasi, I don't think is also coming. I know.
No.
Then Ryan turned down. Sorry, he turned down the chance to join. He wants to stay in France. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. Isaac and Josh, Sports Jazz. Thank you so much for streaming. Whoever's been streaming with us. Tomorrow, same time. Let's come together. Let's all root for. Let's have Manchester United and Liverpool fans tomorrow coming, and we see. I mean, on the stream, and those we shall also be having a watch along. But we shall give you those details tomorrow. Once again, shout outs to everyone who's been tuning in live. Josh, Isaac, Sports Jazz. We are signing out. Subscribe, like, and share. Peace, guys. We love you.